everyone, welcome to Story with Blue Lady, where stories are more than just words, they're a journey. Whether you're here for education, entertainment, or a bit of both, there's always something special for you. Today's story is
The Wishful River. Once upon a time, nestled in the heart of a forgotten forest, there was a small village called Briarwood. The people of Briarwood led simple, quiet lives, but they all knew the legend of the enchanted river that flowed beyond the forest. It was said that the river had magical powers. Those who were pure of heart and had a wish deep in their soul could ask the river for anything, and their wish would be granted. No one had seen the river in many years, for it was hidden deep within a maze of thorny trees and winding paths that only the bravest dared to explore. But in Briarwood, there lived a young girl named Lila, who had always believed in the power of the river. Ever since she was a child, she had heard the stories from her grandmother, who swore she had visited the river as a young woman. Lila's grandmother had made a wish for a happy life, and indeed, she had been blessed with many years of joy and laughter. But Lila's life wasn't as joyful. Her parents had passed away when she was very young, and although her grandmother cared for her, Lila often felt lonely. What Lila wished for more than anything was a family, a place where she could feel like she truly belonged. So on her 16th birthday, Lila decided it was time to find the enchanted river and make her wish. She set off early in the morning, with the sun just beginning to rise. She packed a small bag with food, a map her grandmother had drawn long ago, and a necklace her mother had given her before she passed. The path into the forest was dark and overgrown, but Lila's heart was filled with determination. The forest was eerily quiet. As Lila walked, the branches of the trees seemed to whisper, and the air grew cooler with every step. She followed the map closely, winding through narrow paths and ducking under low-hanging branches. Hours passed, and soon the sun was high in the sky. Lila stopped to rest beside a large oak tree, but as she sat down, she heard something strange, a soft, melodious sound, like the gentle trickling of water. Her heart leaped. Could it be the river? Lila jumped to her feet and followed the sound. The further she walked, the louder the sound became, until she finally saw it, the enchanted river, shimmering in the sunlight. It was more beautiful than she had imagined. The water sparkled with a soft glow, and as it flowed, it seemed to hum a quiet, soothing tune. The trees surrounding the river were unlike any Lila had ever seen, tall, majestic, and with leaves that shimmered with silver light. Lila knelt by the river bank, her heart pounding. She closed her eyes and whispered her wish. "I wish for a family. I wish for a place where I belong." The river's hum grew louder, and the water began to swirl in front of her. Lila opened her eyes, and to her amazement, the river began to rise, forming a delicate arch above the water. Within the arch, Lila saw images, memories from her childhood, her parents' faces, her grandmother's laughter, and then she saw something new, a house, unfamiliar yet warm and inviting, with a garden full of flowers and a family sitting around a table, smiling and laughing. Among them was Lila. Suddenly, the arch dissolved back into the river, and the water returned to its gentle flow. Lila stood there, stunned. Had the river shown her future? She didn't have time to think, for at that moment, she heard footsteps behind her. Turning, she saw a man and a woman standing at the edge of the trees. They looked kind, with gentle eyes and warm smiles. "We've been waiting for you," the woman said softly. Lila blinked in confusion. "Waiting for me?" "Yes," the man said. "The river told us you would come. We've been searching for you for a long time." The woman stepped forward, placing a hand on Lila's shoulder. "We are your family." Tears filled Lila's eyes. Could it be true? She had always dreamed of a family, but she never imagined the river would bring one to her so soon. The man and woman led Lila through the forest, back to the village, but instead of returning to her small cottage, they took her to the house from the vision, a place she had never seen but felt was hers. The garden was blooming with flowers, and the family, her family, was waiting for her. They embraced her as though they had known her all along. From that day on, Lila never felt alone again. She had found her family, just as she had wished, The enchanted river had granted her deepest desire, not with magic alone, but by bringing together the people who were always meant to be in her life. Lila had finally found where she belonged, and though the river was hidden deep within the forest, its magic continued to flow, ready to grant the wishes of those who dared to seek it.
Every story leaves us with something to think about. If you enjoyed today's journey, make sure to stick around. There's always more to explore, learn, and enjoy here. Until next time, keep your curiosity alive and your heart open to new stories.